You're tuned into the new Old Heads podcast, premiered every Thursday at noon at bringingdowntheband.com and brought to you by No Bad Ideas, Coleman Dental, Printfinity, and Indie CD and Vinyl. Support the new Old Heads by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/newoldheads.
Episode 112 of the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7. I make beats, and apparently everybody at this table has a hard drive.
Yes, we do.
So in my absence, I learned that. So I'm glad that y'all all have hard drives. Longevity, how are you, sir? I see you.
Feeling great. Feeling good. How are you?
Good, good. I like that Bears Cup, division champions. I see you.
Yes, sir.
They are. I was telling somebody earlier, I kind of wished that, I could watch them.
Enjoy that. I feel you.
But,
you've been consistent, though.
When I've been a lifelong fan and then all of a sudden they're good.
Yeah, that's tough.
Ain't that about a bitch?
Yeah, that is. That's tough. That's tough.
Beat the Packers to get them.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Diagonal as always.
Beat the hell out of them.
Fresh to death, DJ Jay Diff.
Salutations.
How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I can't complain.
How's your trip?
Trip was good. Got some things accomplished. Some good downtime. Just got to relax and unplug for a little bit. So
nothing wrong with it.
I saw you in there cooking with the tall black guy.
yeah, man. We had a little Laurie session. You know what I'm saying?
Got something in your pocket?
Yeah, we'll get to that down the road.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that down the road. But shout out to the homie tall black guy Terrell. It's a good dude.
Talented dude.
My dude Nate Jeezy as well. They took care of me. I call them the East Coast family. Every time I go out there, they show love. So.
Cool
Yeah, man, we had a good time. The show, by the way, was dope. The last episode, I got a chance to watch it when I was at work and I got back. Y'all did the thing.
But you were missed, man. I'm gonna keep it real. You were missed.
Oh man, I appreciate that, brother Moore. Speaking of brother Moore, the voice of Indianapolis, Mr. Wavy Light Skin Girls Be Loving Me Now. He no longer is conditioned. I think he has moved on. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm in the Christmas spirit.
That's a milestone, my brother. You going into 2019 fully cleansed.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of you. I must say, I am proud of you. You are fully cleansed going into 2019.
You need to be proud of yourself.
He bought one of those
Because you're
prayer
the one with
cloths.
the issue.
Yeah,
He bought a prayer cloth.
that's throwback.
I got
To my immediate
Wipe
left,
it
the incomparable DJ Spoolz.
Hello, Michael.
How are you, sir?
Doing great, man. How are you?
I'm good, man.
It's good to see you back, sir.
Thank you, man. I missed y'all as well. Bears, sir. How do you feel?
Man, I feel great. They look good. I think they're going to the Super Bowl.
You know what, Spoolz?
And I'm not saying that just because I'm a huge Bears fan, much like Shunts. I've been a Bears fan my whole life as well. But they are good enough to win the NFC this year, for sure.
You know what, Spoolz? I would have fought you on that a couple weeks ago, but with Mac and that defense, dog, like y'all really do have a chance to go, like a legit chance to go to the Super Bowl.
After I saw what we did to the Rams, I was like, all right, this is serious. So the only challenge to me is the Saints.
Because the Rams were dropping 40 on like everybody.
But guess who
right?
we beat in 2005 when we played the Colts? We beat the Saints to go to the Super Bowl that year. So
that's actually kind of a rivalry because
it's a playoff rivalry.
Yeah, that
Seemingly.
year was it the Saints went to the Super Bowl. They wound up beat the Bears.
Yep.
So it's been a back and forth for a little while here.
It has.
So it looks like they're kind of on a collision course to make that happen again.
Yeah, man. So yeah, but Mike, I'm feeling good about him.
That's what's up, man. I like Mac because he's a Mac product, so I probably would root for the Bears more than I normally do.
Buffalo.
Shout out to Buffalo.
That's right.
Yeah, so he definitely changed the culture on that defense. So we shall see. Episode 112.
I think anyone who passed on him too. I
Yes.
can't remember what draft he came out of, but I think the Buffalo Bills passed on him.
Sounds
like,
about
that would be
right.
perfect. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead. 112.
I mean, he sacked somebody falling backwards last week.
Dude,
He's very impressive.
he's a special guy. I'll just leave it at that. Gruden is on his little 10-year plan or whatever, but you don't trade a dude that good away. I'm sorry. You just keep him and then you build and do whatever. That's my opinion.
Did you see? Speaking of that, did you see just real quick? There was an article that came out this week about Amari Cooper, another Raider that was traded away. Probably I'd say their first or second best offensive player on that team.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I agree with that.
And Mark Davis apparently was the one who wanted him gone. John Gruden or somebody came out and said it wasn't Gruden, it was the owner. So
It wasn't Gruden. Gruden's getting the blame for it,
something
though.
going on because remember how Al Davis didn't
didn't mess with Marcus Allen like that.
Yep.
There's always something.
He did try to
Mark
play.
Davis
he did try to play
is
Marcus
a
Allen. Didn't
pumpkin pie haircutted looking little freak dude. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a picture of him, but
You're like,
I wouldn't
really,
trust that dude.
Really, for all the money you have, that's the best
Pumpkin
haircut you can get.
Hair.
Cut it freak.
if you guys can think
Yo.
of that movie, it's from
Pumpkin pie hair.
it's from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, but that's very accurate.
If you saw a
Dumb and-
picture of him, you'd be like, "Oh, that's exactly what he looks like."
like Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. huh?
Exactly.
Exactly.
He just
Good
looks
movie,
like a
by the way.
dickhead. He
Tell
could
us
be
how
a
you-
really nice guy.
Tell us
though.
how you really feel.
Yeah,
No, but
know.
I should send you
Got
this other article. I should send you this other article about him. He like still drives like an MPV van. Like he's a multi-millionaire, but he's like a cheapskate.
Wow.
He's not like
you can tell by
he's
his
not
haircut.
like frugal in
Don't
a
do
cool
that.
way. He's like
Right.
he's like, you picking up this Applebee's tab? I don't know. Like,
So you had the riblets, you had the chicken
yeah,
fingers.
he's like, yeah. Could you split this
and
four
you
ways?
had the,
It's
you
like,
had the
Mark.
jalapeno poppers.
This was on the 2 for $20.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, run me that bread for this 2
Can I
for 20.
speak to your manager? Mark's the kind of guy that wants to speak to your
The
manager.
manager,
Mark
yeah.
Davis wants to speak to
Hey,
your
run,
manager.
run me that bread for that 220, 2 for 20,
2 for
because
20.
I'm definitely not paying for that.
Not get the proper discount applied.
But 112 though, we can just go with the group 112, right?
It's where
Keep
the
it
play-
simple.
12.
It's where the players dwell.
Yeah.
Is that Sky is the Limit? Did they do that
Yes.
one with Biggie?
Yes.
They did.
Big put them on though, low key. Bad Boy, that was a great era, man. When you think about it, Bad Boy has so much heat on that roster.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, they had the girl group, they had the guy
Total.
group, they had
112.
I see you.
the female vocalist, the male vocalist.
Faith. Carl Thomas.
See, and the thing
Yeah,
is,
I guess so.
I'm just but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So
And you had Mace.
they had Big,
Yeah.
They had loot.
See,
Loon.
They had Loon.
I see where he was going though.
I'm like, who is Loon?
No, I see
They
where he
had,
was going though.
but
They
I see
had
where he was
Loot,
going.
but yeah, the Loon.
They had Lil Sean.
They had all the loot.
They had
Who's Lil Sean?
Lil
G
Sean.
Dep.
Yeah, Lil Sean was on Bad Boy, wasn't he?
Did I miss Lil Sean?
I don't remember Lil
You
Sean.
don't remember Lil Sean?
I don't know
what'd he
about
do?
that one, Spoolz.
I
you
don't
remember
know
Lil
if- I don't
Sean?
know if they had a Lil.
They
I
had.
remember Lil Sean with hickeys on your chest.
I don't even
I'm
remember
sleep.
Lil Sean.
I mean,
Yeah.
they had Black Rob, Mace.
No, it was an MC
Locks.
name.
Black
No,
Rob
I
first
remember.
album
Yeah,
was cold.
I remember Lil Sean. I didn't know if he was on Bad Boy.
I'm gonna find.
Who was the
double check.
other dude
Yeah,
that
look
got
Shine.
in trouble for? I
Shine.
think he might have.
Shine was on Bad Boy.
He
Yeah,
might
Spool-
have killed somebody.
Spoolz
That
fact
was
check
G-Dep.
that, bro.
He turned
Told on
himself in.
G-Dep, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the original.
Loon is in
Special
prison too.
delivery.
The original special delivery.
Now all the kids down there hear it on Wayne and like, oh my God, I've never heard this before. And I'm like,
First of
y'all
all,
sleep
I
on
hope
G-Dep.
Swizz Beatz didn't collect $1 for saying he was the producer of that record.
He probably did.
all he
he
did was
did-
slow it down.
Yeah.
He barely did that.
Exactly.
He was on Capitol.
Okay.
Okay. I heard Sean. I didn't want to get it
𝗏𝗏
confused.
Shakur was on his way to record a verse for Little Sean when he was
That's
robbing
why,
Sean.
yeah.
Wow.
That's why you hear it and think that. Yeah, that makes sense why you would think that.
I didn't want to get it confused with.
Jay
get it
Moore always
confused
finishes
with,
my sentence.
I didn't want to get it confused with
Little Sean.
Shaheem.
Yeah.
You guys are such an synonymous.
Just
I didn't want to get it.
lockstep.
I didn't want to get it confused with
Comes
Shaheem.
from watching a lot of beef documentaries.
What do you want to know about Gorilla Black?
Gorillas.
We'll talk to you about that. That
Hey,
dude.
Gorilla Black was trash. I'm sorry.
He was.
He was on
big-
break at the car wash.
Where
during
was you
beef.
at? Black's down.
Black is down.
He was
Gorilla-
whack.
They tried it with Gorilla Black. They tried it.
Man, they was trying to find the next Biggie so
Bad.
hardcore. Like that was kind of the appeal of Shine because he had that kind of
Deep voice.
baritone.
Oh,
It ain't
Raspy.
worked though.
yeah.
Shine's
Shine could
first
actually
album
rap
was
though.
dope.
He could.
Yeah.
I mean, Shine had a couple joints.
Oh, the
did.
joint with
Barrington
Barrington.
Levy.
Yeah,
Levy.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was
dude.
almost a Barrington Levy Shine collaboration album.
There are
Yeah.
5 or 6 really dope songs on that first
Yeah.
Shine out. Like really dope songs that still go hard today.
How many joints did he put out before he went?
He only had one album.
Bad
Bad
only one.
Boys,
Yeah.
That's Gangster, and
Bonnie and Clyde?
yeah, it was the other one, Barrington Levy.
Yeah, Barrington got some bread on that album.
But then
The
he's
one
got a
where
song
he's talking
called
about "Pick Me Up in the Rolls Royce."
Oh yes. Yeah, that was on that album.
He had a song called
The
Get
Commission.
Out with 112.
The
Yeah,
Commission
the
is
commission
dope.
was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a little run. Sean had a run though. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
but
Until he shot somebody in the club.
Ran
Well,
right
you know,
into
I-
that prison.
I stay out of grown folks' business.
What's that
I don't know
one
nothing
die
about that.
for?
I think that was in front of everybody.
I
That was
feel you.
everybody's business.
Oh, in the club?
Yeah, it was
that,
a little,
that broke up the Puffy and
Club
J
New
Lo
York.
Yeah,
coupling.
yeah.
Yeah,
They say he had that thing.
somebody did. 'Cause
Somebody-
Somebody got shot.
Yeah,
Johnny Cochran was like, "No, I'll tell you who ain't going to prison."
He died shortly thereafter.
You know he's been deported since?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like he was getting ready to get out of prison, and they're like, "Yeah, no, you're not an American citizen."
Mm-hmm. He's actually, and he's, I don't know if he converted
to
or if he was
Judaism.
always Jewish, but he's Jewish.
Yeah, he
Like
even got the
Orthodox.
little curly cues.
Yeah,
on the
like,
side.
what's that called? Hasidic Jewish.
I see you, Spoolz.
What's that?
He wear the hat,
Yep.
the long trench.
Yep.
He might pull that thing out of there. 'Cause that's something you would say.
Nah, I stay out of grown folks' business.
Shine
I don't know what you're
Pope.
talking about. Shout out to Red August. He's with us as well.
Yarmulke.
Behind the scenes
Yarmulke.
doing what he does. So pay that man when you see him.
The party never ends.
Facts. All right, so
No, it ends.
I'm lost on this first one because my Fortnite game is non-existent, but I'm gonna read it anyway.
You're grown, so I don't imagine your Fortnite game would be high.
Hi, okay. I thought I might have been out the
I
loop.
play a little Fortnite.
Lone say
No,
you
I
dabble
gotta-
a little bit.
I was one of 100 one time. I know what it
I
is.
play with a friend's son. every
I'm
once in a while.
completely lost, but I'm gonna still read the lead. So this is from the dailybeast.com. It says 16-year-old Russell Horning, known as the Backpack Kid, is suing the makers of the popular video game Fortnite for allegedly ripping off his signature dance move, the floss, which I've seen before. The Backpack
That was
Kid's
Shine. Like, think of Shine being
Shine?
like 13.
Is
Shine.
it Shine? Hey, Shine.
You know,
Go
it's
ahead.
Here
I'm
we
sorry.
go.
It's like when you
I ain't say
that
that.
thing.
Think of him being 13 years old
Okay.
with blonde hair,
Yeah,
Oh.
and he came up with a dance.
Yeah.
That's
That's it.
him.
It's like you got to move your bottom half different than your top half.
Yeah. It's kind of
All the
complicated.
kids do it.
I see
I'm
the
not
kids doing
coordinated
it.
enough to do it, actually.
I see the kids doing it. I had no idea where it came from. So good looking out. I was asleep. But apparently he is his mom Anita has filed a lawsuit on behalf of her son, who went viral in 2016. To his point, after he posted dance videos of himself on Instagram, his spokesperson Russell Trotter confirmed to the Daily Beast. It says Horning is now the third celebrity to sue the video game maker for allegedly stealing a dance move. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air actor Alfonso Ribeiro, who played Carlton, we all know, in the 90s, is trying to get that paper as well.
That's
And
interesting.
rapper 2 Milli, I don't know.
2
who this-
Milli.
2 Milli? I'm grown, sorry.
Milli
Separate
Rock.
lawsuit for the Milli Rock. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
A
you.
lot of it's been about that I've been hearing. Like, I didn't even hear about the kid until I came over here. I've been hearing a lot on the news about Carlton or Alfonso Ribeiro.
Carlton, I know he's going to try to get that back because
That's interesting, though. So did he? It's called like the Carlton dance, right? Is what
Right.
people call it. And
Yeah.
it was on the show, though, right?
on the
Yeah.
show.
It wasn't like him out in the club doing it or
Nah.
for special
No.
appearances,
But
right?
That's what's interesting about
So
it, because I don't
doesn't-
know if
So
the
technically
show owns
NBC
it
could
The
say they
show
own
owns it,
yeah.
right?
or if he has some stake to it somehow. Otherwise, it wouldn't even be a case.
But don't they have the joints that you have the filters on IG where you can see people will post something else. You'll see him slide across the screen dancing and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I wonder. I don't know if he did his due diligence after the show and maybe tried to, I don't know, do some paperwork
I
on
mean,
that
I'm sure
so
he
can
still
get
gets
his.
a check from that show.
Well, I know the show, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about the dance itself apart from the show. Like I don't know if he filed to.
But
I
that's
think-
the thing.
you know what I mean?
I
It's
think
not
of
a-
what it is it's about them using the likeness of these individuals. So the Backpack Kid,
Right.
he created that floss dance, and we might flash that if they decide to put it whenever Red August or Sean edits the show.
Yep.
No, I'm not doing that shit.
All right.
But you know,
but
Google-
y'all are familiar with the floss.
everybody
Yes.
can Google.
Yeah.
You can Google.
So I think it's more about the likeness. So they
Mm-hmm.
came up with these dances, and when you see these dances, that's who you kind of pinpoint to them.
Right.
Like they even had like a dance in there where Snoop, like when he's turning the wheel,
Like
Oh,
the
drop it like it's hot.
drop it, off the drop it
Let me-
like it's hot video,
let
and
me
they
do-
charge for those because it's a free game,
Okay.
but you have to pay to
For-
do those emotes or dances or
Right.
whatever, and they're making like record numbers of money off of that shit. So
Word.
people are coming to see them now.
It's the Run the Jewels model, man.
Hey, that's crazy.
Kinda.
Like I said, this whole concept, I'm sleep on the on the Fortnite in general.
The thing
but-
is, it's like, then this kind of opens up a floodgate of people saying, hey, I was the first one to do the windmill, and like the windmill was in
Okay.
the said movie,
Yeah.
and nobody paid me. Like you can go back, like because it's like it opens up the question: can you trademark or copyright a dance step? Because and this is not anything that's really hidden because Michael Jackson didn't come up with the moonwalk.
That's a fact.
It was the brother from I can't remember his name, and I feel bad. From Shalimar. Let's see.
Shalimar, blowing like Shalimar in 81.
He was on Soul Train.
Ghostface.
And now, mind you, he's in the documentary about the film about the album Bad, and he and Michael Jackson actually worked together.
Nice.
But it is there's video on Soul Train of him when he was a Soul Train dancer doing what eventually became the moonwalk, predating Motown 25. So it opens up the floodgates. It's like it's kind of like, I don't want to say that first time somebody got sued for sampling, because say they do give the Backpack Kid in Alfonso Ribeiro, so then it's going to be like, all right, anytime someone can say that I originated a dance and say that dance wound up in a movie or TV show, there are going to be people who are like retroactively saying I deserve a couple of points off of
I want that paper.
Here's an interesting point, though. I mean, it's obviously not convenient, for maybe convenience the wrong word, but we're in meme culture right now, right?
100%.
Where everything is like
recorded.
A copy of something else,
Yep.
but made fun of with different captions and stuff like that. But we're also kind of turning into like an era where things are starting to get a little bit more, maybe a little better for creatives, in the sense that we're able to monetize. We're able to monetize things a little bit better. Now we're uploading albums to YouTube that we're doing, but we're not taking the money from it. It goes directly to the artist. Like we're in an era where like we're creating different ways for creatives to make money. That may be the case about the dances, the slippery slope idea, right? But maybe it's what it should be. And maybe it's what it should be moving forward, because that technically kind of is somebody's intellectual property in a sense, maybe.
Right.
If you've done your due diligence and you have
maybe not
everything,
intellectual property, but
if you do your due diligence and have everything in order, I mean, they started giving it out, and you do your homework and you're prepared when it's time, get that bag. Because it might open the floodgates, especially to your point, if they do, this is going to open up. Can you imagine? Just think about how many times, like he said, it's funny, but the windmill shit, like, bro, like, can you imagine?
The first person that did the worm, okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
crazy.
The first person,
there's got to be a limit of what's the word?
Statute of limitations.
There we go. Just like there is in music, and sampling music is the same way. It's like after a certain period of time, it's,
I think what's going to happen is they're going to create these different laws and rules regarding things, because we're in such a socially consumed era right now.
True.
Like you had a lot of people that were coming up with things on Vine that are now very, very well off because they transitioned their Vines over to YouTube and created that YouTube stream of income. You know what I'm saying? So
King Bash, Leanne V, like these are people who initially made
Vines.
They made their
like
their
7
name off
second
of having
videos.
7 seconds, and they were extend that into some of these people are in movies and TV shows now.
Yeah, a lot of them. So then you had some people that didn't capitalize on that, so they're kind of standing there with their hand out, but they didn't continue to kind of build on the
guy
empire
who said,
that they started.
The guy who said, "What are those?"
He actually just
He died,
was shot or killed or something.
It's just
The
sad.
kid from Ball State, the Boom Goes the Dynamite. That kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were doing that on ESPN, Sports Center, all that, right?
That was in
What
NBA
was that?
Jam, one of the latest editions of NBA Jam.
Imagine that check, right?
Yeah, people just gotta, especially since people are able to consume this stuff so easily nowadays. If you come out with something and it's going crazy viral, you need to damn near at that moment, that very moment, that it's doing that. You need to seek some legal attention, some legal help.
In order.
We talked
Try
about
to
it
make
last
sure
week
that
a little bit.
you know what I'm saying. That's something you're going to be able to benefit from that, rather than everybody using what you came up with.
Monetize your viral moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We talked about that last week.
That's a fact.
because it can get away from you very, very quickly.
I think the interesting point is that it's probably going to putting platforms like Facebook and YouTube and social media platforms and bigger companies more at risk, which I don't know if I necessarily think is a bad thing or not, but you know,
Just hopefully they don't try to hide it
Yeah.
in the stuff that we never read when we sign up for these platforms, because they'll try to take that ownership from you, and they'll be like, well, it was right here in Article 2.3
Yeah.
that if you upload it on this app, then it's now
it's
ours.
ours.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Instagram is that way.
Because how many times have, you know, especially anybody who plays video games, or when you have your iTunes and it has, actually South Park did a kind of funny episode about this. Like, you just want to hit next so you can go ahead and download your
I
update.
remember that episode.
Yeah.
I don't ever read that stuff. I'm just like, all right, whatever. Just hurry up.
They got
and
turned
so,
into the human centipede.
yeah. So
Well, you really did watch that episode. Huh?
yeah.
I did too. It was
Okay.
a good
So
one.
it's just a thing, like, whenever, you know, our phones, there's always a thing, oh, you know, do you agree to these terms of service? Who really reads all that stuff?
That's fair.
You know, so I mean, but or it could turn out. Remember when there was the NCAA? They don't do NCAA football or basketball games on these video game systems anymore. So they're just like, instead of taking the steps to pay these players or do the right thing,
Which
we'll
they
just
should.
we'll just stop doing it, or we'll take the content out. So they'll be like, you know what? People don't play Fortnite for the dances. We'll take the dances out, you know, instead of paying these people anything. So it could go that way.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Spoolz, I feel like I left you out of this one, man. I
I'm
apologize.
okay with that. I don't have. I mean, this is all. I think I like to just kind of listen to the. I don't care a whole lot for a lot of this stuff, but it's still interesting to learn because it is relevant to what's going on today, whether I like it or not. You know. So, but no, I learned. I mean, it's just interesting to listen. So
Yeah, I definitely have. I'm about to do my research on Fortnite now because I was completely asleep.
No, I don't think
the
it's
point
necessary
about the
to do all
dances
that.
and should you have like be able to, you know, like get paid off of that?
It's interesting.
Yeah, it is an interesting thought. Is it? I mean, I guess if you think about it like music, you know, it's an artistic form of expression. Dances, right? I don't dance. I don't care for dancing, but that's what it is.
I swear I thought you used to pop lock in the corridors at Pike.
Corridors.
Just corridor B. No, I don't. That's what I don't.
Raising the roof.
Yeah, I do raise the roof every day. But no, I think, you know, potentially it should be there, but to kind of to the point Jay made, I think it would be ridiculous if we started going back, you know, in everything, because I don't know, man.
Crazy
does
Legs.
every little thing
Crazy Legs is,
deserve-
where's my check? You know,
Wow.
I know
whole
they say-
Rocksteady crew.
Well, Jay said he's overcharging cats for what they did to the Cold Crush. So
Well, maybe that's
Well,
there's
you
that.
know.
maybe Backpack Kid is overcharging Fortnite for what they did to Rocksteady.
There you go.
Wow. I'm gonna end it there. I like that. Fair enough. Let's jump into a little music. Shout out to Memphis, North Memphis, South Memphis, Beale Street.
County seat,
Okay, am I missing anything?
unincorporated
Orange
areas.
Mound.
Orange Mound. Yeah, we appreciate y'all. Shout out to Philly as well. North Philly, South Philly, suburbs. I don't know what else. Am I missing anything in Philly?
Freeway's
Spoolz?
beard.
I mean, it probably has the same cardinal directions and general things that Memphis did, but
I was just checking, man. They, you know, we were a little disrespectful a few episodes back. So
No, let's get that right. We, as a collective, weren't disrespectful.
yeah, you're right.
Something happened.
I don't think you qualified.
Apologize to Freeway's beard, man. I said that, but you didn't acknowledge it.
I heard you. Oh, I apologize. Freeway's beard. I apologize.
And I need you to apologize to Oskino and Sparks and Young Guns.
All right, so to the Young Guns, Oskino and Sparks, I apologize, y'all. The Young Guns actually had a good album. Oskino and Sparks y'all was kind of on the shelf.
How you
See,
gonna-
there we go.
see?
You know,
I
you
ain't
just
dissing them. I'm just
apologize
saying.
and then,
Didn't
know.
you say it's public record? That's everybody knows that.
Well,
Meek, we see you. Good album. All right, so this one, Spoolz posted this one, or actually, you know, brought this one to our attention. Vulture.com. So, and I'm gonna have to paraphrase here because this article's mad
it's
long.
called vulture.com.
Yeah, it's from New
Well,
York.
there we
It's called-
go.
Yeah, it's called Vulture.com.
Awesome.
There's a guy named Pete Tosilo. I probably pronounce his name
That's
hella
okay.
wrong, but it's all good. So, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is doing its inductees for 2019. It was class of 7 acts that got in, 15 nominees. And this is the 5th time in a decade that LL Cool J was left stranded. So he has not been
The how manyth time?
5th.
Damn.
So this guy pretty much goes on to talk about LL's career as a whole in terms of him being, one of the pioneers for Def Jam and, putting out dope girl songs and, all that type of stuff. And he basically, and this is a huge paraphrase, but he's basically shitting on this dude's career, like almost to the point where it's like people have been gassing LL just because he was a pioneer and he was one of the first, quote unquote. So I had a conversation at work today just to kind of, once he posted that, just to kind of see what people think. I asked somebody that was younger than us and then someone that was our age. The younger gentleman said, I don't understand what all the hype is about with LL. I'm like, okay, you probably about...
I don't really like LL either.
There we go. And then there was someone else that was our age that said, I kind of feel where they're coming from, but LL is a legend.
Yeah, that's where I stand, really.
Fair, cool. So I'm gonna come to Spoolz first because he shared the article. Spoolz, are you kind of indifferent in terms of where you stand with L? Does he get the appreciation that he deserves? Is he overrated? Have we gassed him because he was a pioneer? Like, where do you stand? Because I personally think he is just vital to the story. Like, he has to be mentioned at all times. That's
Actually,
me.
I think it's interesting that he hasn't been put into the Rock and Roll Hall and that he's gone up 5 times.
Right.
I think LL, like, I think of when I think of LL in my mind, I always think of like Radio and I'm Bad and like the hard rhyming LL who could spit, and the one that was kind of, when he was young, Kool Moe Dee was trying to fuck with him, and like he was, had to kind of prove himself, like the one who cared a lot about being a dope MC, not like the plastic surgery is what it looks like sometimes, like superstar. Like he was on that. He's kind of did the Will Smith thing, man, very much so. But props to him for get all the money, acting in all the films. And,
he's getting that bag
and all that stuff. So that's great, man. But I like to think of him more in like the classic hip hop LL sense. Even when he started going, and this is just me personally, start like with songs like Doing It and all that. Like he was always kind of like that. I don't know, like sex figure for ladies in a way, like sex symbol, I guess, within hip hop. And he was
ladies love Cool James.
Yeah, and he was one of the first to kind of like Houdini didn't. I think LL was probably a better MC than the dudes in Houdini, although Houdini's super dope. So he was able to kind of be one of those dudes who was like a sex symbol but could rap like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like he was dope. But I'm shocked he's not in. But I get why people. Not from a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame standpoint, but from a hip hop head standpoint.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can get why people are kind of sour on LL just a little bit, because he did kind of become 100,000% commercial relatively quickly in his career. But that's my 2 cents, man. I'm still surprised. I think he should probably be in there, especially because of all the like commercial success that he had. Mm-hmm. If he stayed just hardcore LL who rapped, who just rhymed, he might not. We might not be talking about LL Cool J right now.
He poked his head out here and there.
What's
to
that?
let you know he still had it.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
I mean, he also did a song with like Garth Brooks or whatever.
Yeah,
that was one of the worst things. And I'm not joking.
No,
I
mean,
it's one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life.
What's that?
It is.
He was
the song with like Garth Brooks, some country musician.
Accidental Racist.
that
That was probably one of the hardest parts of my hip hop life, because you understand, LL is a superhero to me. Okay, because first of all, I before I even get into all that, my personal feelings about LL. LL. that sounded.
I don't know if we want to go there.
That sounded very suspect.
We don't want to go that far now. I still got to get around the table now.
No. The whole thing is, I feel I was bothered that Tupac got in before LL Cool J. I was bothered.
Okay.
I think if you're going to put somebody in, yeah.
Hey,
Because we're talking about
LL had the
dude
worst verse on 4, 3, 2, 1.
who had Radio, okay, Bigger and Deffer, Walking with the Panther. Then he puts out, and people were hating on Walking with the Panther at the time, because that's when the Afrocentric things, started popping in hip hop, and people got serious, and he like, here's this dude rhyming about girls and having money, and people were hating on it. But there was nothing wrong with Walking with the Panther. That record was dope. And then he comes out with Mama Said Knock You Out, which is a banger. The guy
1990.
Yeah. And the first, album where I'm like, nah, LL, this ain't it, is 14 Shots to the Dome, which everyone will acknowledge is one of the worst follow-ups to a fantastic album ever.
Wait, 14 Shots to the Dome had heat.
No, it didn't.
Well, no?
No.
I can't.
No, it
me
didn't.
personally, I can't co-sign a whole lot of LL Cool J's whole bodies of work, but as an
I can
influence,
co-sign Mr. Smith. I can't co-sign Phenomenon. I can co-sign Definition. He's got 6 or 7 albums, and I'm like, these are solid records. And
y'all right. Y'all right. I'm
and
looking
even
at
on the ones
list.
that
Right.
you can't say can be considered classics, or
he had classic tracks on them.
he had records that
I
he
agree.
legitimately has 2 full-length greatest hits compilations, the All World compilations, and I'm just letting you know, like, the first time I heard I'm Bad, that is one of those shifts in hip hop, because there was a school of hip hop where people saw that and they said, either I have to step it up or I have to go find something else to do.
You don't
Because
feel, though, even as someone who passionately loves LL Cool J, clearly, that there's a vast difference between I'm Bad LL Cool J and Accidental Racist LL Cool J?
oh no,
But that was more recent.
That
though.
was
We can't even eliminate that out of the equation. It's terrible. Very
But we
terrible.
can't because he did it.
It was like
no,
3 years ago.
But
though.
do you know what? Tupac is in the Hall of Fame.
Trace Atkins?
Yeah,
Is that who it was?
yeah.
I
But
don't know.
Tupac is in the Hall of Fame, and he has "What's Your Phone Number." That's
Yeah,
See,
but that's
but
still
that's
that's a
nah,
good
nah,
song.
you
I've
can't
listened
that
to
song's
What's Your
a
Phone
cut.
Number 100
I
times.
don't care
That
what
is a
nobody
terrible
says.
record.
What's your phone number is a cut.
Side note, I'm not trying
I'm
to say
dropping
LL
that.
shouldn't get in because of one song. I'm just saying there's a difference.
I think his
Massive
body
difference.
of work musically,
This
All
is what
right.
I'm gonna say.
Hold on.
if they're gonna let some of these other people in, then LL should have been in.
First of all,
What do you think, Terry?
I'm coming to you, Terry. First of all, What's Your Phone Number was trash. Let's get that out there.
If we're just gonna disqualify people based on
I'll let it
certain
ride.
songs.
But
It's
go
be-
ahead.
it's-
I just
it's-
said we're not doing that.
It's definitely way better than Accidental Racist. You
Go
cannot
ahead.
compare
No,
the two.
like I said, that song broke my heart. It was so terrible.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. And then you were going into the second disc of the album. So anyway, never mind.
What's Your
LL
Phone
Cool
Number
J.
was the last song on.
That's what I'm
Discord.
saying.
Yeah.
Then you were going into the second disc of the album. LL Cool J, definitely a pioneer.
Yep.
I think he should have gotten in on his first ballot to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I want to know who is this guy that's actually saying these things that he shouldn't be in there, because I'm going to judge. I kind of want to see this person.
I'm gonna have to send you. I've never seen him. I just read the article.
Okay.
So I
Because
can't-
for somebody that, I'm just hoping it's not someone that thinks they're a hip hop head, or
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
You're trying to check
Because
his
you always get
credentials.
those type of people that ain't really the culture,
Facts.
but want to tell you what the culture is.
100%.
They can miss me with that. But LL Cool J should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. Definitely. I can't say, me personally, I love all of his music. I remember when I bought I think it was the GOAT album. For it to be named the GOAT album,
Yeah.
it was trash.
Yeah.
You cannot come out with an album called GOAT,
GOAT.
Agreed.
which means greatest of all time, and be trash. And it was because he was coming off that high of battling cannabis. Because he got at cannabis a little bit.
I'm
You know
talking
what
about
saying?
got
Wasn't a little
at.
bit.
Yeah.
He got
Cannabis-
at him a
can-
lot.
Yeah.
I think Cannabis held his own, though. In that
He did
battle.
hold his own, but LL got at him.
What
and
year
LL
was
was
this?
known for battling people. He wasn't
Is this
scared.
the
He
late
came out.
90s?
Yeah, late 90s. Probably 97, 98.
97.
LL was like 16 years old when he came out. He had the fresh troop
Yeah.
suits, the fresh troops,
And a beast.
the Kango.
He was a
the big
beast.
dookie chain,
Yeah.
and he wasn't scared to rap.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So and he got down for his. Even on he's the first R&B, well not R&B, but the first rap artist to have a quote unquote R&B style song with "I Need Love."
Yeah, he definitely crossed over. Like
Right.
you
So he
know-
kind of, I understand why he kept on that path, because that path was working for him.
but
He was a hip hop gangster, and his name is Todd.
There you go.
He told
That's
you
one of
what,
his lyrics. I just
Yeah.
he told you what his name was. He
Ladies love Cool James.
to me, when you say that's your name, if you venture off and do records like that, you're justified because you told me from the jump what your name was.
And he has certified classics that don't even talk to women.
Facts.
So
There ain't nothing wrong
booming
with talking
system
about women anyway.
At all.
booming system.
Booming system is
Cars
dope.
ride by with the oh yeah,
Mama said knock you out is cold too.
absolutely it is.
Around the way girl is
So
cold.
I'll
Around
give,
the way
I'll give you,
girl
I'll give
is.
you my
Jingling,
opinion.
baby.
I can't wait
Go
for
ahead,
this.
baby.
I'll
Big
give you
old
my
butt.
opinion. I'll give you my
Pink cookies
opinion.
Going back to
plastic bag.
Cali.
Yes, sir. Those are some gems. Yeah, he should definitely be in.
I'm gonna go to the end, the later portion of his career after Long Finish.
Oh,
y'all
because
slept
that's
on
where
some
I'm going.
joints. Y'all slept on
Because
some
I don't
joints.
wanna-
I'm
I'ma
gonna
forget
go
about
ahead and
that.
just say that I'm the relative new head here.
Oh,
because
God.
I didn't really start getting into hip hop till like '97ish, and then I went backwards.
That's fit. Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, I'm not that old. I mean, not that old.
We that
I didn't
old.
grow up on hip hop like that. So I don't remember when LL was coming out dropping these records. But from the time I was listening to hip hop on, which is say 97, 98, 99 on, I ain't heard anything new that I like from LL.
You didn't like R&B either though, so he
Still
was dropping
doesn't.
shit with Boys to Men, and
I like Boys to Men.
you didn't
but-
like his Boys to Men track.
To me, he's been
But that was 95.
to me he's been corny since I've started listening to hip hop.
Oh man, that's tough.
Now that doesn't take away from what he did before that time, at being a pioneer and all that other stuff. But
So you came in when he was doing like on the Violator compilation album and stuff like that.
probably
You probably came in around. You,
4,
Nah, he
3,
came
2, 1.
about-
It was like 4, 3, 2,
Phenomenon.
1.
Okay.
Yeah,
Phenomenon
Phenomenon.
is where you would have come in.
It was
Definitely.
4-3-2-1, the joint with like Prodigy.
It had
and
Method Man.
Method Man.
And,
No, that's Who Shot You. That's
DMX.
off.
Okay,
That's
that's
off.
right,
That's
okay.
off Mr. Smith, which is 95.
But
That's
like-
a dope
Yeah.
song.
But it was good. I mean, LL had the worst verse on 4, 3, 2, 1.
DMX definitely had the best verse on that song.
I mean,
But-
DMX was hungry right then, but yeah.
True.
But from my angle, coming in at that angle, everything that I heard from like the old joints, I liked, and it seemed like looking back through that lens, like he was kind of an anomaly
Yeah.
for what he was in that time period, based upon what I was looking at. But because I didn't, like I said, I didn't grow up through that period. But everything that he's put out since I've been listening to hip hop has been trash ball to me.
He had some heat with the Neptunes on the
He
10
did.
album.
He definitely did.
When did
They
that
had a
drop?
song called "Love You Better."
Yeah. Oh,
They had
yeah.
a joint on there. Like it's a handful of joints on that 10 album that was cold.
One
I
of
don't
his
know.
Real lazy.
one of his most slept on records. It's an album that has Headsprung on it. No one else. That album, The Definition, is full of bangers.
Well, I'll also say this.
Lone said, "Well,
I also didn't look for him either. So
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
like I heard a
I'm not-
couple of them, and you know, to be honest, Ice Cube was kind of the same for me. Like I like a lot of his earlier stuff, but when I started listening to it, he was putting out.
War and Peace,
Was his-
Volume 1."
Didn't
It
he put
never
out
ain't even fair to
Yeah,
say.
that was wrong.
I know it's not. I know it's not. I know
not
it's not
fair.
fair. I know it's not fair. But didn't he do the song with the tigers and shit?
Come on, man.
With the Tigers?
It was like the video, and he was
Stop,
like
man.
tigers and shit going on, or was that
I don't
LL?
know.
I don't know.
What was that
I
LL?
I don't
conveniently
even
get
know what you're talking
amnesia
about.
when shit like that happens.
It's like Cube just put out the funk album, or the album that's got that new Funkadelic on it, which is a cool joint. Did anybody listen to
no,
that?
I
listened
I
to
had to
it.
go back and revisit it. It's I
Everything's
like it,
corrupt,
Yes,
this album.
it's. I mean, I liked it on a funk level, but as far as an Ice Cube album, it's kind of hard.
His
to really
message
get
is
into it.
consistent on
Yeah.
there. Everything is still the same in terms of it being militant Cube. That hasn't changed. The production is iffy though. It's hit and miss from what I heard.
And I think that a lot of times that loses me with some of the older the legends of sort when they try to continue throughout time. A lot of them don't stay up on new production trends. Like they're stuck on the
Why
sound
Jay-Z's the best.
way back. Well, that's a great argument though.
Yeah,
Because
and part of it is like when I listen to this new Cube record, I'm wanting to still be doing stuff with the Bomb Squad and
Nah,
Soul Jinx, and I'm like, nah, that's probably
Nah.
an unrealistic
Yeah.
expectation.
I don't want to
After
hear
you start doing movies about taking kids on vacations and shit,
Why you had to pick that one though?
because that's where it started. He can't be that same Cube anymore.
It's-
I'm
it's
just
Think
saying.
about the other movies he was doing when he was dropping that heat. He was doing Boys in the Hood. He was doing what's the one? Even Anaconda. He was in that.
No,
They was
that
all
was around the
R-rated
War and
movies.
Peace
Stop,
time.
man.
They was all R-rated movies. When he started doing shit that can air on the Disney Channel, he had to change his image a
To
little
me,
bit.
he would fit right in with today's rappers, like because
He's still better than a lot of the rappers that rap.
oh my god, he raps circles around everybody. But
Yeah.
Still dope.
I get what you're saying. Like he's after you've seen him in all those movies, it's not the same. But
There's almost
do you think any of these dudes are
No,
real?
'cause
Like,
you know why?
Like a lot of these cats,
Because they've
like, does
grown
it-
up. Like these people have been married to the same women for 25 years and raised kids and paid
Straight up.
taxes. Come on, like
Yeah.
like.
But
because
it's just like there's almost like a level of corny to a lot of it sometimes, and it's just
there's a level of corny to when you just get older.
We have to
Yeah.
even when we listen to the legends, right? You have to at least, to me, I'm gonna give a legend a run. I'm gonna listen to it, but I have to be honest, right? So every legend doesn't age well. Hov is aging gracefully.
Oh, yeah.
Nas, my fault, I'm peeking here. Nas is aging gracefully, but
Ghostface is
like
aging
Ghostface is
extremely
aging
well.
gracefully.
You know who else is aging well that we haven't talked about a lot on this show? I've brought him up a few times, maybe some others, but 𝗏𝗘𝗄 who continues to put out music and is still is
𝗏𝗘𝗄
incredible.
Scarface.
Yes, another good one.
I can co-sign Scarface. I have
Coogee
not
rap is
listened
still
to
rap.
any. I haven't listened to any Coogee rap since.
I haven't either.
I can't even tell you, man. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit here and lie.
Help
to you.
yourself
Kind of
out.
story. Yeah.
Seriously, incredible.
go to spot. All jokes aside, though, go to Spotify and go back into his catalog. Like he definitely can still rap.
I'm saying go listen to what he put out this year.
That's what I'm saying. Like the most recent.
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Last
so this
year-
year.
Yeah.
MC8's album. I love that
He
record.
got some heat.
Yeah, that was
with
really
Primo.
Yeah,
On
he
that.
got some.
Speaking
heat.
of, DJ Quick had a dope ass album last year.
Yeah.
good. Yes, he did.
No question.
Yeah.
Very slept on. I wanted to touch on the Jeezy. I mean, not Jeezy. The Gucci joint we talked about
Oh,
with.
yeah.
Try to see where we are with the clock. Shout out to the sponsors as well. Coleman Dental 317
The party never ends,
8546 Indie CD and vinyl as well. They took care of us with the 𝗏𝗲 packaging as well as a Nasir record, bringing down the band as a hub as always. Printfinity, support your local businesses. They have a great line with some artists coming out. And then also take a look at Red August when you can. Pay that man. He deserves that
Red.
bag. But back to what we were talking about with Gucci. He was on a radio interview and he was speaking about, I don't know how Eminem came up because I just saw people posting about
What
it.
was about them saying
Greatest
or
of all
asking
time?
who's
Who's
the
the best
greatest
rapper
yeah.
right now?
Right. And I did see the quote where he said, nobody's listening to Eminem in the car. Like, you have to change that title.
He asked who
Is
was,
that right?
who was
Somebody-
interviewing him.
Somebody asked
radio
him.
station.
Somebody
No, I'm
asked him.
saying who specifically was interviewing him. I can't remember.
I've seen it in a couple places.
Yeah, I watched the
because
clip because he
because
asked that person.
Big Boy asked him.
That's who it was.
Big Boy,
Yeah.
okay.
And then the conversation. Somebody asked him about the joint with Big Boy when he was in Atlanta. I think he was on Ricky Smiley or somebody. Yeah,
I can't remember.
This apparently
But-
isn't the first time somebody's asked him about Eminem.
Yeah.
Okay.
He pretty much was asking the cat because the dude, whoever was interviewing him, was kind of defending the fact that M is dope. I mean,
Right.
M's dope, but
We've talked about this.
disclaimer, exclamation point.
Yeah.
He was saying, "Are you riding around listening to that with your old lady?" You know what I'm saying?
I can hear him saying
mean,
it too. He's right.
It's funny though because I literally just had this conversation at the barbershop. I was talking to somebody, and they were saying how Eminem was better than Jay-Z.
At what?
How the fuck you came up with
I
that?
don't think you qualified.
Definitely. So I asked him. I was like, and we've had this conversation on the show.
every time Eminem.
How
comes out
many
an album.
times have you been in a club or any party situation and you heard an Eminem song come on?
Yeah.
There's your answer right there.
There it is. Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? So, he can definitely rap his ass off. He's a dope MC.
Yeah.
If you going bar for bar, metaphor for metaphor, you probably ain't fucking with him. But as far as actually being the greatest person somebody wants to continuously listen to and vibe to and get some energy off of,
Nah, man.
I'm going to agree with Gucci on that.
Yeah.
A lot of rap fans, newer rap fans too, don't play in a lot of, I guess, like really backpack rap fans don't factor in the likability and enjoyability of somebody's music sometimes.
I agree.
So it's like,
You got to want to listen to it. You can't just be like, oh, he has some of the dopest wordplay ever, and I want to sit here and dissect everything that he's saying and
some people don't want to
spit
do
it
that.
verbatim. Yeah, people don't want to do that.
Not everybody, but I think there's a balance too. Like we talk about. Okay, here's another artist, 𝐴$AP Rock. Does anybody listen to 𝐴$AP Rock?
Yes.
I like 𝐴$AP Rock, but to me, he makes music that's enjoyable in a way that where I can listen to it and not have to be like, I don't have to pay attention to everything he's doing all the time to enjoy his music.
Okay.
Eminem, I kind of do because he kind of makes corny stuff. But 𝗀𝗡 Rock is bar for bar, to me, a better lyricist than Eminem.
It goes into the MF Doom conversation. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of MF Doom at all.
I'm with you on
people
that.
co-sign him like it ain't no tomorrow. Like he has the best delivery bars and what he does and how he. I just can't get with it. You know what I'm saying?
I miss the entire MF Doom.
Every 12 episodes, do we have to bring this
joint.
up too?
I miss that mug, but I get the point of what Gucci's talking about. It's cool. I'm not riding around with it either, but you know, at least Gucci wasn't like, yo, I'm nicer than.
I think MF Doom has jams though.
But I haven't been riding around listening to Gucci either.
Nor have I.
Exactly, and it kind of comes back to.
Nor have
Art.
I.
Who is Gucci to say that?
Fact.
Well, who are we to say that?
Who are we to say that?
Like
I
that's
guess,
what someone else. That's
what I
someone
think
would
is
say.
that it's a little bit different. I guess it goes to show where music is today. That someone like Gucci Mane, because he's saying that because he knows how popular he is and how much influence he has.
Mm-hmm.
For someone like Gucci Mane, even though I do like Gucci Mane, when the term lyricist comes up, I don't think Gucci Mane comes anywhere near that.
Yeah,
anywhere.
It's the other side of it, really.
So it just shows how now between the two of those, I don't think anyone who knows anything about hip hop can say Eminem's not a better lyricist than Gucci.
No, that's not even a question.
You know what I mean? So
I agree.
It's just interesting how people. It's the same thing like when one of the dudes from Bone recently came out, because Migos was talking about we're the greatest group ever and all this, and when the dudes from Bone came out, it was like, oh, by the way, we did this and this and this, and he goes, shut up, you ain't got any money. So it's like it doesn't matter how dope Bone was or how influential they were or how unique they were,
especially two Migos a sound.
Because right now you don't have as much money as they do, and it's just so.
What your streaming numbers are?
Yeah. My favorite comeback is like that when you see it on social media is, well, look how many followers they have. You shouldn't even listen to them. It's just unbelievable. That's just how trite shit is today. So
it is.
Yeah, you're right.
That's pretty much what the conversation was when Drake and Pusha T was going back and forth.
I mean, I played that card today just to be devil's advocate. I'm like, yeah, Gucci's talking about Eminem. Eminem got more money than Gucci Mane. Are we doing that now? Because everybody brings up money. So, yeah, he's got a lot more money than Gucci Mane. So now what?
I can honestly say that I've listened to more Eminem stuff than I've listened to Gucci Mane. And that's kind of based off me being a fan of hip hop and knowing I can listen to whatever he drops and I'm like, damn, that was dope.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm going to pick it back up and keep on listening to it.
Yeah.
But I don't even do that with Gucci. Like I like the old Gucci a little more than I like the new Gucci.
I want the bitch I might be Gucci to come.
There you go.
I like the 𝗀 Daddy remix of that song.
That makes me listen to that song a lot more different. We'll say. Shout out to Gucci though. One thing you cannot say is he's not a legend.
Oh, also real quick, 𝗀 Daddy just put out a 13-track project called Baker's Dozen with Mass Appeal.
Very talented.
Excuse me, not Mass Appeal, Fat Beats.
Okay,
very talented. Very talented.
If you like beats.
Yeah, I definitely have to look into that.
I like beats.
Method Man dropped Lab Sessions 2.
Meth Lab 2.
Meth Lab 2.
The Lithium.
That mug was whack for the most part from what I heard. I love meth. I don't
know. So you heard?
Yeah, I listened to probably 9 records on there and I was like, this is getting monotonous to me.
I think we have the same take on it. Like meth is always rapping.
Now he can still rap now.
Meth is always rapping. It's just the production just sound a little outdated to me. And
I think that's what hurt it.
And the features, like there were a lot of features on it. So
I kind of wish Ghostface Killer would curate all Wu-Tang projects.
That would be spectacular.
100%.
But it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad album. So I just don't know if I'm gonna go back to it.
I was listening to Lil Baby.
Oh.
Way.
Hey, the wah 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 line is cold.
That was his last album. This is
He's put out like 4 albums this year.
I'm not keeping track. I'm just going off that cold line.
I've never even. Cool. Who was Lil Baby?
That way.
Terry will tell you all about him.
Yeah, exactly. He celebrates his entire catalog.
Yeah, Terry got
I
all the
don't.
mixtapes. You got physical copies?
Like Michael
Yep, I
Bolton.
got them in the trunk.
Shout out to
Lil
Mike-
Baby.
shout out to Michael
Lil
Bolton.
Baby ain't whack though.
No, I mean, he's a good, like, I understand his place in commercial rap, and sometimes I have to separate
No question.
sometimes what I like and be like, okay, this works as a good commercial project. It is what it is.
He does what he does. I'm not saying I'm like his biggest fan or nobody like that. I gave it some spin.
You get it on? Do you have it on vinyl?
I have it on Laserdisc, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Shout out to Laserdisc.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't shout that out. Ain't nobody got time for Laserdisc.
Trying to think what else dropped that was dope.
Vic Mensa dropped an album. I
Didn't
didn't
hear
really
it.
listen to it.
Didn't hear it.
I quickly streamed a couple of them. It's not anything that I would really like. I don't think. I'm a little biased. I like old Vic. You know, like
Is this grunge type stuff they said? I read somewhere.
he's
it's supposed to
working.
be.
He's working on a punk rock
That's what it
album
was.
now.
I'm not
But
interested in that at all.
like I like Vic a lot as a
man.
person, and I like his older music. But his newer commercial stuff, I'm not a huge fan of. So
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I enjoy his interviews.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I like listening to him. Blame One put out the 34th Scroll
Okay.
with the producer Vex. It's a cool boom bap low kind of that style.
You said
music.
Conway had a joint too, right? Is that right? That
yeah,
I missed?
it's called. Did you listen to it yet, Brad?
Yeah, it came out a couple
Last
weeks
week?
ago.
Yeah.
Week
What's
or
the
two
title
ago.
on that one? Spoolz?
Everybody is food too.
I'm with that.
Eat What You Kill. Yeah,
Nice.
Good.
Is it?
it's pretty decent.
Who's is it Alchemist and Derringer?
I
I'm
think
not
so.
I'm
I
not
imagine
sure.
Derringer's on there.
I'm not sure.
They got a damn good chemistry, man. They got a damn good chemistry, man.
I went back and listened to that Water, Chinese Water Torture.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the homie Water.
That
Yeah.
shit's dope.
He's
I wish it
incre-
was more than 3 tracks.
credible MC, man.
Yeah.
Is that the one Clinic produced a track on?
Yeah,
Nah,
shout
that's
out
not
to.
on there.
It's not
I think
on there.
that's. I don't know if he's working on something else.
Something just
but the
dropped,
Chinese Water Torture,
which is 3 tracks.
is just 3 tracks, and that's like a standalone track that may be for something else.
Okay.
What were you saying,
Yeah,
Spoolz?
shout to our man Clinic for hooking up with Water and producing something for him, man. So
For sure.
Yeah, shout out to the homie
it's a
Clinic.
good look.
Yeah, Clinic got some heat.
Yeah, he's good people too.
Yeah, he is good people. I'm trying to see. Let's see what else.
What else dropped? I listened to. You guys familiar with the Canadian rapper Shad at all?
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
He released a project a couple months ago called man, I don't even know the name of it, so I'm messing up. I'll have to come back to that. But he dropped a project. It was pretty decent. Yeah. I guess that's.
There's
you
that.
you can fill in with something else if you
Yeah.
want to talk about it. There were a couple other projects too. I can't remember what else came out. But so
I mean, stuff comes out at such a high rate now. Hell, I get behind. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, your boy dropped, 4 albums this year, Lil Baby? So, I mean, that's a lot of material, bro. Mixtapes or
In
not.
the
like,
calendar year.
yeah, that's a lot in the calendar year.
Fillmore Green and
Yes.
Rashid Hadi.
Yeah, that joint is really, really good. Good sample chops, good arrangements.
It's
some
called
good features. Chicago, a third world city.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hadi actually produced the entire joint. I think minus one joint by Neek.
Neek did that.
Shout out to the homie Neek. That's fam as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're looking for good records, good meat and potatoes, but it's not overbearing. It's not. I wouldn't consider it a preachy album or anything like that. If you're just looking for good hip hop that has a good vibe to it, and then they sprinkling in them jewels on top of it, like that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Like Hadi's always been dope at,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know what I'm saying, chopping samples and
And he can rap too.
yeah, he can't rap. He's always been good at that. And then I've become more familiar with Fillmore. I met him a couple times in Chicago, but I had to go back and do a little research. But he's actually nice though, so it's good to see that sound come out of Chicago. Cause
Shad's project is called A Short Story About War.
okay,
So
I like the title.
I think we're going to be raffling off his vinyl next month. So,
Nice.
Word.
So we're getting through Indie City and Vinyl. I believe they're getting that album for us. So through there.
That's what's up. Locally, Rambo dropped his album.
Yes.
This Palm Trees.
in Indiana. I ran that. I actually told him the joints that I like. I only listened to it once. I was in the airport. he actually was in his bag on the with the Spanish joints. Like he had the Spanish verses out there. So I see him with his bilingual game. I see him with that. But I listened to it, man. He had a couple jams on there.
I can dig it.
There's a few joints on there that I told him I liked on his page. So shout out to Rambo as well, dropping a project. We want to make sure we show love to local artists, anybody that's around here.
Yeah, rollout was decent
as well. Yeah,
I like how he's pushing it. That's cool.
Yeah. Did a couple commercials. I saw some ads and stuff on IG. So anytime somebody puts effort into the project, I can respect that.
Definitely.
So that's what's up. Did I miss anything music wise, or I know we're getting close? Did I miss anything? Anybody have anything?
Does anybody have any comments on Drake and Kanye?
Other than I really don't have time to listen to two rich people bitch at each other when I'm trying just to get by in this world. I mean, like, this is the stupidest. Like, with Kanye, I actually tweeted him because I'm trying to get him to block me, him and Donald Trump. And I said, man,
bless your heart.
I said,
ain't nobody come see you, Otis.
I said, man, if you don't shut your sensitive ass up, you talking about this like it's important. And it's just like, if you're gonna have a mental breakdown, like, please stay away from your phone.
He said Drake is bullying people that have mental health because he's trying to get at Kanye. He dry snitched talking about Drake just threatened me. He called me, and I'm like, somebody take this fool's phone from him,
First of all,
please.
Just when it goes back, there are people who say, like, I acknowledge people who have real mental health issues. That's a thing.
Oh, it's a real thing. No doubt about it.
I also think there are a lot of people who are just assholes out here who need to learn to say please and thank you, and I'm saying, don't need to put all their feelings out there into the world.
I ain't mad at
that. And they have a
that.
sense of self-importance that is really, that's their only real mental issue. So,
I think that goes for everyone. I think that goes for the vast majority of people.
Yeah, because almost anybody
ridiculous.
can say, yeah, I got some shit going on.
That's a good point.
It's like, look, man, you got a beautiful wife and a healthy family, and you sitting up here bothering the rest of us about this other extracurricular shit.
I can dig that, but at the same time, I can also dig somebody that's going through some shit. And the reason why I say that is because everything might look good on the surface as far as what they're showing you, but inside, it doesn't matter how much shit they have, they feel like they're not doing enough. And that's what's really fucking them up. It's not necessarily how much that they've accumulated. Yeah, he's in a good position. He has a trophy wife, per se. He has kids. But regardless of if it's Kanye or if it's your next door neighbor that you fuck with, people handle this shit differently. And I can't really go on record and say that he is or is not acting as far as his sickness or his health is concerned, because that shit's real. And he's saying that he's off his medication, so that might explain why he's been on these tangents and shit. Whether it makes sense or not, I mean, I didn't even think we was going to talk about this shit, but...
Nah, it's just something he threw in at the end. But honestly, dog, like, in 2018, I really don't know what the hell to believe. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
It's just elevated because it's Kanye West.
Maybe that's what it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So people talk about it more. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with Terry on that.
Look, man, and like I said, I don't mean to sound insensitive, but like, I've had a 2018 that I would never want to repeat for any amount of money, and I'm telling you right now, I find anybody who's going through things right now, this is coming from a sincere place. Always have something to look forward to. Like, that's one of the best ways I've been able to cope. I'm thinking about, like, in my darkest moments, I'm thinking, well, I don't want to do anything, out of pocket, because, I want to see my god kids when I go home for Thanksgiving, or I want to come in here and hang out with you guys on Tuesday nights. Like, that's a real thing that lifts me up, you know. Like, so I don't want to be insensitive to people who are going through things and like and have these outbursts. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, some of you are just drug addicts who need to learn a little bit of humility. So, yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to go on that kind of mental health tangent. It's just something I've just felt I need to get out there.
I think
that's real.
It's important to talk about. So
yeah, that's real. Great point by Terry too, because that surface is one thing, but that internal struggle is something completely different. We've all been there. I know I have for sure. Let's wrap it up. Anything popping this week? Jay Moore, run down your list real quick.
Of course, Thursday, Tiki Bob's with Action Jackson and DJ Lemmy Vice. On Saturday night, I will be at the Casbah. That's right, Casbah back officially. We're going to do it for the people like we used to.
You said Saturday?
Saturday at the DJ Lockstar. And on Sunday, it's a really great event. If you guys can all make it out, and even if you can't, we're doing a canned food drive in association with Gleaners at the Pavilion at Pan Am. It's going to be. It used to be the 12 DJs at Christmas.
This is the 900 DJs at Christmas.
Went to 20. Now it's just the mini DJs at Christmas. So
Nice.
50-11.
yeah, exactly. So it's a big event. We're going to have the rotating stage. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's for charity. And the thing is, today, which is Tuesday, you'll hear this on Thursday. A whole bunch of DJs donated their time to go ahead and pack up a lot of that food to make sure we could get it out to the people who were in need, especially in this holiday time. So man, we were able to just put our egos aside, and everybody got in and dug in and did that manual labor. So shout out to all the DJs, too many to even mention, who came out first thing in the morning and later on in the afternoon to make this thing happen. So yeah,
That's
man.
What's up? Sounds like a great cause.
And also, we have our new weekly 7 to 10 o'clock every Saturday night at Patron Saint. David Peck is doing lo-fi hip-hop night. So every Saturday, do that.
We were actually there, Longevity and myself. Great vibe.
Yeah, it's a real nice vibe.
Crowd started to fill up, actually. It was a nice vibe in there. So shout out to David Peck. That's a great thing that he has going on there. So I think that's going to do it for episode 112. Longevity, DJ Jay Diff, Jay Moore.
Oh, and before,
DJ Spoolz. Yes,
before
sir.
we go, I just want to say, because this will be out on Thursday, rest in peace, Combat Jack. It'll be a year since we lost Combat Jack.
Yes.
So he's kind of one of the originators.
Pioneer.
In this hip-hop space as far as doing podcasts. So we definitely want to acknowledge him.
Shout out to Red August as well. We appreciate you, brother, as always. And I believe that will do it for episode 112. Patreon.com/New Old Heads. Make sure you check us out. We've already gone through a lot of things that we have going on there. More things to come. Coleman Dental, Printfinity, BringDownTheBand.com. Any CDA Vital, Red August, everybody. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.